Hey, so remember a while ago when I reviewed that animated Korean Tron ripoff?
You're still alive, but if you think you're tough, I'll show you otherwise.
Yep, that's the one. Well, guess what? I've got another animated movie that makes that one look like Fantasia. So just how bad is it? It actually reuses stock footage from Korean Tron, and that's not even the worst part of the movie. Space Thunder Kids is well, I was gonna call it a movie, and I guess technically that's what it is, but that description doesn't really prepare you for the experience of watching it. So instead, let me put it this way. Space Thunder Kids is a nearly incomprehensible clip show hack job that's largely the product of notorious Hong Kong schlockmeister Joseph Lai, who's mainly known for taking footage from one movie and mixing it with footage from another movie, then passing it off as a completely new movie. Oh, and ninjas. Dude loved ninjas. This Dr. Frankenstein approach to filmmaking would probably explain how Lai was able to produce 29 films just in 1988 alone. It was probably just 3 movies he remixed the shit out of. As bad as those movies are, Space Thunder Kids might be Lai's most notorious Franken-film of all, since it's actually just footage from 8 different Korean animated films re-edited and redubbed to try and make a coherent movie. I say try because the original movies probably barely made sense as it is, so when you put 8 of them into a blender and try and pass it off as a new movie, you just end up with a big smoothie of suck. I already mentioned the Korean Tron knockoff, but most of the Korean cartoons here were actually dubious copies of popular Japanese anime series. So we have some Korean cartoons ripping off various properties without their permission, then Joseph Lai makes a new movie, probably without their permission, and now here I am making a video on it without Joseph Lai's permission. The internet's great, isn't it? Another great thing about the internet, even though this technically got a release in North America, it was quickly relegated to the bargain bin of history, but in recent years has found some notoriety online. And with good reason, because if you thought Korean Tron was bad, imagine combining it with 7 other movies just like it into some kind of bad movie giant robot. Brought to you by IFD, a company that probably isn't real, but will still try to copyright claim this video anyway. Hey, I recognize this part. This is also how that Korean Tron knockoff opened. The dubbing on this guy sounds a little different here, though. What do you say we compare him?
Oh, my mighty minions, I have been waiting a very long time for this glorious moment. Finally, my new and most powerful army has been assembled.
I've discovered it. All my experiments have finally paid off. I found the ultimate energy source.
Okay, at least this time the bad guy doesn't sound like he's dubbed by a 19-year-old intern, so that's an improvement, I guess. Only a few seconds in and I'm already confused, but I think this guy's trying to take over the universe or something. Things are about to get intense. You know it's a bad sign when even the characters in the movie are getting impatient. Eventually the station ends up getting hit by some asteroids, causing one guy to fall over. Okay, either that guy has the worst balance in the world, or they were too lazy to animate the others falling. They even repeat this again a few seconds later. This poor guy can't catch a break. So, I'm assuming these asteroids have something to do with the guy we saw at the beginning? What's going on here?
This starship is the pride of the galaxy. It is our sworn duty to fight against the Dark Emperor. I am the chief commander of this space vessel, but I'm surrounded by a crew of fools.
As whoever I am, it is my sworn duty to keep wherever we are safe and aid in the fight against whoever it is. Now get back to whatever we're doing.
You know, but I swear there was something out there. Something strange is going on.
Yeah, too bad we'll never know what it is. Even when they try to explain stuff in this movie, I'm still confused.
During these last few days, we've had some strange interference from some unknown frequency. Have you noticed it, sir?
Yeah, it's been really strange.
So are these good guys? Bad guys? Well, this guy has a mustache, so that must mean he's a good guy. I mean, what evil person's ever had a mustache? Eventually they get attacked by some children's toys, and not the cool Voltron kind either. Although, judging by the box cover, I'm sure those will probably show up eventually. One thing's for sure, Lieutenant Mom Hairdo here is really stressed out by whatever's happening.
Throughout every corner of the universe, the Dark Emperor has sent his armies to ensure his total victory.
Oh, okay, yeah, that didn't help at all, thanks.
What's happening?
I don't know, and I doubt I'm gonna. At this point, the movie starts to resemble a Godzilla flick, except here they could only afford his outline. Well, hopefully this means my video will be okay. Oh, god damn it, I knew that was gonna happen! And hey, would you look at that? I told you a fake Voltron was gonna show up in this movie at some point.
That's excellent. Let's start the Transformer right away.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's a Transformer, my mistake. I guess they don't care about Laserzilla fucking shit up on Earth since they go into space to fight that weird spinning top thingy we saw earlier. And this whole action sequence kinda looks like if the toys you had when you were 8 ended up fighting the ones you had when you were 2.
It worked. It's retreating.
It must have come from the Dark Empire.
Ah, of course. The what?
Meanwhile, at the International Science Conference...
Thanks for the voiceover, movie. Without that, I might have been really lost. Okay, so I think the guy who looks like he just stepped out of a Daft Punk video here is a bad guy, and he works for somebody called the Dark Emperor, who is apparently the Korean Tron guy from the beginning, and is now threatening the Earth with even more 80s toy line ripoffs. Although at least here they seem to be using some Inhumanoids knockoffs. Those things were awesome. However, the same cannot be said for the animation quality, which at one point gets reduced to still frames.
All that I have just shown you can happen to you right here if you don't do what I say.
Wait, so is he just showing them another cartoon this whole time? If you're gonna do that, at least show a good one. Well, one thing's for sure, Space Hitler is not pleased. Fortunately, a scientist has a plan to defeat the Dark Empire that involves, what else? Robots.
Fortunately, we have developed the capability not only to defend ourselves, but to defeat the Dark Emperor. We have Zortek 2, Solar Mach 1, and Tiger SX3.
Oh great, these things look like if the GoBots had their own GoBots knockoffs.
Are you sure that we can defeat the Dark Emperor with these?
Well, I also have a plan that involves Hot Wheels. They change color if you put them under warm water. But never mind the robots, we got footage from a completely different movie to get to.
If you are prepared to support me, then I can give you all the help you need.
Very good. Then I will supply you with all our latest weaponry.
Alright, I know I'm probably going to be asking this a lot in this video, but who are you? I'm pretty sure these are more bad guys. We've got one guy who looks like the leader from the Incredible Hulk, and some communist-looking dude with a neck goiter that would make George Lucas jealous. So, what are these guys doing?
However, we do have another problem. We must get rid of Dr. Sun. He still stands firmly in our way.
Yeah. Who?
Get rid of Dr. Sun, who's he?
See? Even the characters don't know what's going on. Okay, looks like we're getting some exposition, so maybe this'll help me figure out what the plot is.
He is the one who is in possession of the control program of the 3 dastardly Transformers, Solar Mach 1, Zortek 2, and Tiger SX3.
So to get at the Transformers, we hit the one who controls them.
Not so simple. I tried to capture Dr. Sun, but he got away. You must remember, too, that the man who created Solar Mach 1 and Zortek 2, Professor Ardas and Dr. Sun, have been trying to overthrow our government for years without success. Their latest attempt, Dark Emperor decided to embark on this campaign to conquer the universe. He sent Commander Dali and me to capture this planet. Our mission is to invade the Earth and capture the Transformers.
Nope, still confused. And guess where the movie goes next? More characters they don't bother to introduce. Well, okay, they do introduce some of the characters.
Both of you have been loyal and faithful lieutenants to me. Lieutenant Saga and Lieutenant Tim.
Ah yes, the ruthless alien commander whose name is feared across the galaxy, Tim. Another thing I want to point out, there's a lot of weird pauses in this movie. Just look at this.
Commander, there is a satellite moon straight ahead of us.
Yes, and that satellite moon will very soon become part of our colony.
I didn't edit that. They had 8 different movies to take footage from, and they still had to do stuff like that to get this to feature length. And you know what? Now I think I will edit the footage.
Commander, there is a satellite moon straight ahead of us.
Yes, and that satellite moon will very soon become part of our colony.
There, I fixed it for you. And I could be mistaken, but I think these might be the bad guys. Most of this movie is either confusing or boring, but there are a couple parts that are kind of funny.
Hey, Pete, what's going on? Wow!
You know what? I don't think I need to say anything here. Let's just show that part again.
Hey, Pete, what's going on? Wow! Wow!
Wait, I recognize this part too. That's Admiral Lincoln from Korean Tron. Okay, that's 2 scenes from that movie so far. Here's hoping they don't reuse this part.
I'm going to know, I'm going to know, la 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 la.
And I know I already pointed this out in the Korean Tron video, but nice America map there, fellas. So I think these are the bad guys? Maybe? I mean, only the bad guys do that, right? Then again, maybe that's just something every character in this movie does. This movie is so bad, even the UN wants to nuke it.
Dr. Bruno, excuse me, but has there been any word yet?
Nothing yet.
Then I must apologize for my nation's mistake.
Okay, come on, man. This movie is bad, but there's no need to blame all of Korea for it. However, you might need to apologize to Japan, since I have a feeling a lot of these robot designs are probably rip-offs of various anime series. Well, whoever they are, I'm sure people will let me know in the comments. I just wish I could tell who's on what team. This is like watching Transformers if I couldn't tell which are the Autobots and which are the Decepticons. We also get another team of Voltron knockoffs. Or wait, maybe they're supposed to be the same one we saw earlier? They kind of refer to them as if they are, but not only do they look different, they also have a different robot. This time it looks like they're piloting the Mac Tonight bot. Fake Zilla also shows back up, so at least we get a kaiju fight.
We can activate the infra camera, then we can see him.
Look, just tell the animator to finish drawing him, then we can all see him. Fake Zilla first tries defeating the robot by giving it a seizure, and then moves on to the audience.
Let me try to flip.
Yeah, just try spinning, that's a good trick. Or not. Damn, how are they gonna defeat whatever the hell it is they're fighting?
All right, Moonface missile, fire!
Why didn't you just do that first? Oh, right, almost forgot.
Decapitation!
And so the day is saved. That is until the next inexplicable action scene, which happens immediately after. And while we're at it, let's add in even more copyright infringement.
It's a gigantic battleship!
What? That doesn't look anything like the giant claw. Come on, movie, please get interesting. So to recap, lasers. You know things are bad when even the animation starts having a stroke.
We've been losing the war. The Dark Empire's army has destroyed our space frontier lines of resistance.
Thanks for the update. I still have no idea what's going on. For example, is this supposed to be a new team of heroes? Or are these the same ones, just in different outfits with a different robot, and now they're completely different people? Oh well, I guess it doesn't matter. We're still getting more robots.
Tiger SX-3, ready to launch. Check all systems.
Oh yeah, I should have known this is Tiger SX-3 because it has a K on its chest. And see if you can guess what happens next. That's right, more space battles. Or maybe it's the one we just saw, I don't know. Damn, even Michael Bay would tell this movie to go easy on the explosions. Who'd have ever thought this much action could be so tedious?
Professor told us this mission was going to be difficult, but look what happened. We just smashed 2 of the Empire's warplanes. It was a piece of cake, but now I'm bored.
Join the club, kid. They end up going through an asteroid field, and at this point I'd rather be playing the game Asteroids. At least that had a better story.
Tiger SX-3 is really tough. I'll send Super Shark with an iron ball, and Super Lynx with the Thunder Axe, and both must attack together.
Alright, we get it, dude. Your action figures are way cooler than the heroes.
Attack! Attack! And destroy those Thunder Kids!
Oh hey, they actually sorta said the title. I guess these are supposed to be the Thunder Kids, who might be the same as these other Thunder Kids? Even if I could keep the characters straight, they keep changing robots so often I still don't know who's fighting who. I also don't know if Commander Lita Ford here is even part of the same battle. Hey, Hey, so remember in my War of the Robots video where I said the last space battle was basically just the same 6 shots repeated over and over for 20 minutes and was almost impossible to follow? Well, imagine if that was the entire movie, and that's what the experience of watching this is like.
General, is there anything else we can do, huh? Tell me. I just don't know. We've done absolutely everything we could think of.
Now, come on, there's gotta be more stock footage we can use here. In fact, you know what? Considering this movie is just a bunch of random scenes spliced together, what do you say I add my own footage? Yeah, I wish this movie did that. It still wouldn't make any sense, but at least the animation would be better. No, don't use the toy's rocket punch. You'll lose the pieces behind a couch and never find them again. Alright, they stopped fighting, so does that mean the movie's over? Oh, what? Seriously?
Hey, pal, don't fall asleep. You gotta watch the radar screen.
Is it more interesting than this movie? I get that this was mainly made just to trick kids into asking their parents to buy it from the bargain bin, but I'm trying to imagine what kid would like this. Even if they managed to get past the wonky animation, kids still generally like things like being able to tell who the heroes and villains are and a story they can follow. I think a kid just playing around with his toys would have a better plot and dialogue than this.
Maximize energy release now!
Oh no, looks like our heroes are in trouble. Or are these our heroes? I still don't know. What are they gonna do?
Alright then, we'll leave. We're retreating. Listen, we're retreating. Everyone retreat to the planetary base.
Oh. Okay, that was easy. Not that it matters, this just immediately leads to more fighting. You know what? Screw it, I'm doing it again. I thought I'd throw a little twist in at the end there for you. Again, makes about as much sense as the rest of this movie. The weapons on these robots are getting really weird. They've got belly button missiles, titty cannons, which I guess could also just be called cannons. My favorite though is the robot that just straight up uses an axe like it's about to chop firewood for the winter. You might as well put a pool ball in a hanky and go all Steven Seagal on the other robot's ass.
Now it's my turn. You can't get away from Solamac 1.
Okay, I know I keep saying this, but who are you? Oh my god, I never thought robots fighting could be this mind-numbing. It feels like the inside of my skull's being scraped by this one robot's choking hazard arm. Would it kill this movie to take a break and have some dialogue scenes?
They're making their final attack. What do you think, fellas?
It's a piece of cake. We'll wipe them out, no problem at all.
I was wrong, go back to the robots.
They only have 4 battleships left.
And how the hell is there still 20 minutes of this movie left? In fact, even if there was 1,000,000 battleships, how is there still 20 minutes left? It feels like I've been watching this for an eternity and it's only been an hour. Oh, that's why they're destroying them all in slow-mo. Seriously, this thing is still exploding. In fact, you know what? Let's time how long the movie lingers on this one explosion. That's almost 30 seconds of just one explosion. And guess what? That's not even the worst example of this movie stretching things to fill time. Just look at this. Yeah, tanks. I got it, fellas. Hey, what do you know? These two are back. And I think Communist Guy's neck goiter spread to his gut. So these two were working together, right?
Finish him! It's time to destroy this alien.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Looks like we're back to more of the Korean Tron footage. I gotta say, after all those repetitive space battles, a couple of guys playing extreme frisbee is actually a welcome change. And nice to see they also reuse the weird derp face this guy does. That's probably what I'm gonna look like once this movie's over. So what does this part have to do with the Dark Emperor?
I don't know who all of you are, but just tell me why you wanted to talk to me.
Oh shit, I think this movie's becoming self-aware. And if you're wondering who these two are...
But the Dark Emperor's a bad guy. Please help them, Sheila.
This is their battle alone, Sandy.
Ah yes, space pirate Sheila and her assistant Sandy. Well, it makes about as much sense as Lieutenant Tim. And I know I already used this gag in my Korean Tron video, but screw it, I'm using it again. Because they established that the Korean Tron villain is the Dark Emperor here, the climax of this movie plays out pretty much the same way, where he ends up getting murked with a frisbee. Okay, so does that mean we're finally at the end?
Alright, men, we're going to infiltrate this base through this outlet pipe right here. And Solar Mac 1 will start attacking exactly 5 minutes later.
No, fuck you, the Dark Emperor's dead, that means the movie's over, okay? So is Space Thunder Kids the worst animated movie ever made? Well, admittedly there are a few animated films that could claim that title, but this one's definitely a contender. The original Korean films it borrows from were hardly masterpieces in the first place, but when you chop them up, put them back together, and try to pass the result off as a new movie, you get an incoherent mess that feels like an eternity crammed into 80 minutes. I know the only reason this movie exists is so deadbeat parents could put it on to distract their kids for an hour and a half, but I think that would only result in those kids growing up hating their parents. If you're someone who actually subjected their own children to this, don't be surprised if they end up throwing you in a nursing home and never visiting. And they'd be completely justified doing that too. Well, I think I got a new pick for my worst movies I've done list whenever I update it. So next episode, I think I'm going to change gears and do something that's actually good. Well, that's all for now. Until next time.
That's the only weapon we've got. We should call Super Lynx to deal with them.